Hello, Aries. How are you? Welcome. I hope you're doing very, very well. Aries, let's see how your energies will be for May 2026 in this new month. Let's see what the main trends will be, where the energy will be focused. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. It might not resonate with everyone. But keep in mind that it applies to everyone who has Sun, rising, moon, or Venus in the sign of Aries. So you can complement your readings with your other signs to have a much more personalized horoscope. If you want, you can follow me on my other TikTok and Instagram accounts where I will be uploading new content for all of you. All right, let's look ahead to May 2026. Let's channel a message for the sign of Aries. Let's see, this starts with the Ten of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Chariot. Very nice cards, huh? Very nice cards, because I see exciting situations there, right? Situations that make you happy, you know, like good news. It could be good news related to home matters, family, partner, or children. I see. There could be some tension there, maybe a possibility of moving or even plans to move. If you are thinking about buying a house, renting a house or an apartment, this could be the big month, right? To take that big step, okay? There could be an important purchase this month. I see that there is movement, there is relocation. The thing is that this move, this change, whether it's a trip or a move, I feel it's going to add a lot of value to your life. It's what I feel you needed, right? It's like, wow, I really needed to finally move to a house where I actually feel comfortable, where I feel happy. It's the house of my dreams. I was able to sell it. I was able to rent it out. This person showed up and paid me what I was asking for. That's why I see there's also a very important emotional tone this month because of something that's going to come true or manifest. So, selling a house, renting a house, an apartment, moving, relocation. Very good news also regarding everything that has to do with the home, with the family, with the children, and also with your partner, right? Because there could also be trips here, right? Like a family trip, a trip with your partner, a trip that opens your mind, right? That dream trip, that ideal trip where the key here is sharing, right? In the give and take, in those gestures, right? And in those details that your family members or your partner will show, right? So there's a very beautiful event this month that's going to give you that leap, that feeling of, well, I'm in a new place, in a new stage. What I was envisioning has really come true, right? A goal. That's why there's so much happiness and excitement. So pay attention because there is good news in that regard, okay? Moving, travel, partner, family. Let's see what else we have. May 2026. Sign of Aries. We have Judgment, Temperance, the Eight of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. All right? We have Aries. I feel this very strongly in the physical body. Yes, if you've been dealing with health issues, for example, I feel that it's a month of great purification. A month where you also come out of a confusing situation. It could be on a physical level if you've had any symptoms, right? It's like you're going to be releasing something. You're going to be letting go of something. This could also mean letting go of a habit that maybe wasn't good for you. It's like there's a kind of awakening, right? Like opening your eyes, right? Becoming aware, saying, well, I had this habit, a repetitive habit over time. And I feel that this habit may have been limiting you in other areas of your life, especially regarding your health and physical well-being. I feel that this month is a time when you start to value your body in a different way, right? With different kinds of care. You may be developing new health habits, both in terms of nutrition and supplementation, maybe living a much healthier life, but above all, not from a restrictive point of view, but from a place of balance, harmony, and moderation, right? But those things that you feel are toxic or that weren't doing you any good, that maybe you were doing unconsciously and repeatedly. Even things like not eating well, not getting enough sleep. If there has been a continuous toxic habit, these are things that end up being released because there's something here that is recognized, right? It's like you wake up and start to value things differently, right? Your health and your body. So there are decisions that involve new health habits. This can also mean leaving behind excesses in some cases, right? That's why we said it's a month where you will also be choosing what really does you good and what doesn't. Everything that at some point was limiting you, confusing you, or making you doubt, this is also being released. Keep in mind, this doesn't just apply to what has to do with your physical body and your with your stability, right? With your health, but I also feel it very strongly on the economic side, Like there could be changes in your finances this month, new ways of managing things, new sources of income, maybe a new one, those small changes that you will be making in your work or in the way you earn money. They will start bringing you closer to building a new stability. This is like I'm starting to support myself from a different place, from a different perspective, because there's something I've changed. I've gotten out of a restrictive situation at work, financially. I feel like there's a click in your mind with a great idea. A pattern has been broken and you've set yourself free. Once again, I strongly feel the theme of change. A change in a home, a change of address, moving, or a plan to move as well. If this doesn't happen this month, it would be like starting to look for that new home, that place where you want to settle down, that place where you want to build something new. Like a strong sense of home this month. Let's see, May 2026. The sign of Aries. You have the 10 of Swords here. We have the 2 of Wands. And we have the Moon. The 3 of Swords. Pay attention, there's a process here. A process that has to do with an ending. But really, it's very positive. Why? I feel that you, Aries, this month are at a moment where you will be opening or broadening your horizons, like exploring a new place in your life, breaking the boundaries of what you know. And this could also mean that you make that decision. I'm going to take that trip. I'm going to move. I want to experience something new. I want to do new activities. So it's like a strong need to leave a familiar place. You've realized that a stage of your life has ended. There's something coming to an end this month. But I feel like what's really ending is the doubt. The times of doubting yourself are coming to an end. Fear is also coming to an end. You are freeing yourself from your past. You are freeing yourself from something familiar, to which you say, well, I'll stop pushing all of this because I've already fulfilled a purpose. It can also be a month where you delve deeply into your inner life, into your secrets as well, into the deepest part of yourselves. I feel like it can also be a month to release repetitive patterns from the past, but also to put an end to a situation that was making you feel insecure or afraid. And maybe I relate this a lot to the idea of taking that step forward, of stepping out of that comfort zone where you felt safe. Security is always closely related to what is familiar and to the past. But I feel that this month you realize that you want to grow. You want to expand, but you have to put an end to it, to what doesn't work anymore, and to that past. It can also be a month where there's some sensitivity, because there are things from the unconscious, emotions, thoughts, that can come to the surface. And these can be karmic wounds. There may be certain feelings there. Yes, sometimes it's like that feeling of fear of losing something. Losing something. I really associate this with stirring things up. To go deeper, touch sensitive points within oneself, to face those things that at some point had been hidden, had been repressed. So it's like this comes to light again because you want to be recognized. If you have repressed something, if you have repressed a pain, if you have repressed a wound, if you have hidden something, this comes out. But not to hurt us or anything like that. It comes out so it can be acknowledged, released, and put to an end. You can free yourself from this. I feel this as something very strong, like the process itself. The healing process. That's why I feel it's a very powerful month when it comes to purging. With everything related to eliminating what's toxic, eliminating leaving behind fears. For example, the fear of falling in love, the fear of feeling, the fear of expressing your emotions, your love, the fear of getting close to someone. Since you're going to be healing so much, that's why I say there's a lot that's going to come to light and a lot of emotions are going to be stirred up. Emotions, some of them sensitive, but it's necessary for them to come up so they can be recognized. Anyway, I feel like you're getting help from someone here. I see it as a kind of support. It might be someone close, someone who loves you, or your family. They can be teachers as well, who are helping you with this process, which is really a process of emotional release. Very, very deep. Let's go with 3 more cards. Energy. Let's take this one that wanted to come out. Wheel of Fortune. May 2026. Aries. Six of Swords, 8 of Cups, so much ending, 10 of Wands. But this is very positive. Aries, this month of May, you're entering a new cycle. It could be a very fast-paced month that's bringing you closer to new things, new experiences, and new environments. Let yourself be surprised this month by these changes that are coming quite quickly. By becoming aware that you are entering a new cycle. Also, what you become aware of is what is being left behind, and what is being left behind is a lot. That's why I also feel it as a great month of closure. Closure with the past, closure with what is familiar. You will feel much of this change in your mind, like a new vision of life, a new perspective, like starting to look toward a new horizon, starting to envision a completely different life. Maybe what you are leaving behind is also a way of seeing yourself. You are leaving behind a way of thinking that used to identify you with your old Aries self. So it's really powerful that you've already made the decision to walk away. Not looking at the past, but now you have your eyes on the future, on the new path, on what you're about to start building, on what you're about to start, with what you're about to start connecting. That's why there's the end of a very important cycle and a very important closure with your past. What you're going to be leaving behind is a burden. It's a great weight that you felt in your body, that you felt on your shoulders. You won't feel that anymore this month. You're going to feel much more dynamic. You're going to feel much lighter, also more connected to your true purpose. Because if these past months it's been hard for you to move forward to reach a goal or achieve an objective, this month is when you release all that emotional excess or those extra burdens. And you're going to start moving forward in a much smoother way. All right? Travel's coming through really strongly. You've gotten a lot of travel cards. You've gotten a lot of cards about opening new horizons, about expanding, about new experiences. A lot of it has to do with closing a cycle, the release of what's toxic, and the topic of moving. Let's see, Aries. What will be the major Arcana card, the one that will be representing you? And it will be accompanying you during the month of May 2026, Aries. What about Aries? Well, and precisely with the Tower, it's a month of transformation. It's a month where you feel these shakeups. But this has to do with the necessary changes. These are changes that come from the outside, changes that bring revelations, changes that awaken your mind, changes that lead you to leave what is known, what is familiar, to step out of your comfort zone. So don't feel like this month is a month where things fall apart. On the contrary, actually what breaks is what is fragile, what has already fulfilled its purpose, what maybe no longer made sense in your life. For what? So that a new foundation can be built, so that something completely new can be created. Dear Aries, this is what we've seen for May 2026, the general energy available. I hope you all have an excellent month, and I'll see you here next time.